Hey, what's up, you guys? And welcome back to another episode of Never Give Up. I am your host, Rob from RGD Entertainment Productions, or here on the RGD Entertainment YouTube channel. We are back for another episode, and we are again gonna focus on what's been happening with the overwhelming virus. You know it, you hate it, the COVID-19 virus. But this won't be like what last times will be. This is about who's getting who who's getting the vaccine, and who has who wait really long. And by long I mean like long, to get just an appointment um for um for them to get the first shot of the vaccine. Then a few weeks ago I did hear that we do all know that all essential workers such as doctors, nurses, are getting the vaccines. Are getting the vaccine. I believe there is more than one of them. I can't think of the names of them, but I think like one of them is a little more effective than the other, so I can't really blame them for choosing one than the other. But but to all your essential workers, the like doctors, like doctors, nurses, law enforcement, firemen, um, and so on. Anyone who is then the essential worker is getting the vaccine. Since I don't have a job, I have yet to get my vaccine, which I am really hoping I get soon. But as well as well as as well as the essential workers, all soldiers, all veterans of the armed forces are getting their vaccines for the virus. Some disabled, some disabled, that, excusez-moi, some disabled veterans who served, some of them served in Iraq a few years ago, then sadly might have lost one of their arms, one of their legs, or both of their legs, and or long story short, anyone who was in in the Marines or the Army, and various armed forces who had served in the U.S. Army or the U.S. Marines in the last few years, and have been injured while serving their country. Hats off, who you who all the brave men and women who are fighting the good fight, as well as the ones in the Air Force. As well, you guys will not be kept under the loop, as well as the U.S. Navy. Those guys and also be injured as well, but the Air Force, Marines, Navy, all these guys, they have went above and beyond to make our country safe. So hats off. Literally, my heart goes out to every one who has served in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, SEALs, anything that you did to serve your country. Thank you. Then to all the disabled veterans, even the ones who are still alive, who served in the Great War, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War. Some of them are getting their vaccines, and when I say some of them at the VA are, I wouldn't say getting backlogged, but they're doing it a little bit slowly, because I did hear that that all grocery store workers are apparently considered to be essential workers. Now, I'm a bit. Now, I know whoever does comment down below, who may or may not disagree with me on this, but I'm kind of not so quite half and half on this. Whether that grocery store workers should be mounted as an essential worker, they cashier. Let's really think here. They cashier, then they bagger, a box boy, someone who shoves the food on the shelves or whatever. Those are considered essential. Yes, I will agree. They do provide us with food. Don't get me wrong there, but someone who gives you 5% off the Doritos Dumb and Almond Milk and says, would you like to pay with this with a credit card, debit card, or hold hard moolah? I don't really see being that important. Then also the individual bagging your groceries, like someone who shoves your Doritos, your eggs, your yogurt, your toothbrush, and your hair dye in a bag. For that, they seem that is a little bit more important than someone who is over 60, more susceptible for getting the virus than for someone who served their country like way more times than someone who's barely out of high school bagging a disabled veteran's groceries. So I don't know what's wrong with this. That grocery store workers are getting this horrible virus's vaccine before disabled veterans who fought in like Vietnam, World War II, some of them even being in Iraq, like even the younger ones or whatever. But like for the older men who are like from ages like 65, what the hell, like all the way to 100, who are still alive during this virus, they have to like spend like countless hours on the phone when they can barely hear in general, and they have to wait like a few more weeks to get the vaccine, and they don't get any verified reason when the actual reason is that for some odd little reason that some 15-year-old little nitwit who has failed his driving exam 3 times in the last month is able to get the vaccine quicker than a 40-year U.S. Army veteran, disabled veteran who spent like over 20 years of his life in the Army. Now, I know like someone's gonna disagree on this. Like, if we didn't have grocery store workers, we wouldn't have like grocery stores like Walmart, Stop and Shop, Best Yet. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm talking about men who served our country like 40 to 40, 50, 60 years ago, then they have to wait like months in advance to get their vaccine. Then they don't even know if they're going to be alive when they're finally going to be able to get the vaccine. For some of these disabled vets who are over the age of 60, they are more susceptible of getting this virus. They so much as get 3 feet from someone who has it. They are screwed. Someone who is age 60 or above, their immune system is severely compromised, and you want to give it to the bag boy first and not to someone who has served their country, someone who put their life on the line to make sure the United States was safe from evil. So I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Before, my dad was having an issue. Yes, my dad. My dad served in the U.S. Air Force. My dad is a disabled veteran. He served in the Air Force. He is the disabled veteran of the U.S. Air Force, and I'm I'm happy. I think he left as a sergeant, I think, or something. I have to ask him. But my dad left the Air Force. I believe as a sergeant in the Air Force. And yes, he yes, even though my dad didn't see any action, even though my dad didn't have didn't wield a gun, or didn't go on an actual battlefield, he is still considered a disabled veteran of the United States Air Force. And he spent weeks on end, like 2 or 3 weeks, trying to get the VA to get him an appointment so he can get the vaccine so he would be safe from this virus. But luckily, luck shined on him one day. Then he was able to get the first shot of the vaccine finally. Then he's gonna get his second shot in a few weeks. Thank you, Christ, because he was getting worried about it, and all of us were. then I'm guessing everyone else who has someone who is over 60 then has served in like the army, the Marines, the Navy, or the Air Force, which my dad was in any way, shape, or or form. You have to think like all of these individuals here, like they risked their lives so we would be safe from harm. Especially the Marines, the Navy SEALs, Air Force. Shout out to my dad. I love him dearly. But yeah, like it's becoming like the bit of a small minuscule issue that is happening. Like some disabled vets are still having an issue getting their getting their vaccines, then I insanely don't know why. Because these people chose when they were like when they like graduated like high school, when they were like 17, 18 years old, to serve their country in like the in the 70s to serve their country and make sure then hope, which is also the main focus or focal word, if you will, for this episode as well. Like hope that the main like hope, the word here is hope. Once again, that every disabled veteran or veteran as well, all veterans, disabled or not, who has served this country over the last like 50, 60 years, who are still proudly with us, who have served in the Army, the Air Force, Navy, and the Marines, who are still with us. I pray to God that they get their vaccines, both of the shots, so they can still live and then tell how they survived during their brave service for their country, because we have to always give every veteran to hats off. Even if it was like someone who only served for one single tour, if they came back alive, we love you. to every man and woman who has served in the armed forces. Thank you so much for your service. And sadly, not everyone does come back, and some of them do get injured. And some of the really brave ones do get gravely injured. Like I said in the beginning, they'll lose an arm or lose a leg. They get burned. They'll lose an eye, or they lose both arms and both legs, which that can put some real stress on anyone, especially if they saw action on the battlefield. And even though I didn't serve, I speak for everyone when I again say thank you so much for your service. And then I can not say it from the heart that to everyone who has served in every armed forces, the Coast Guard. I couldn't fit it on the screen here. Oops. But Coast Guard, Army, Marines, Air Force, Navy, the Navy SEALs, blah blah blah. Like, they should always get recognition. If you see someone who is wearing a veteran's hat, say it's not hard to just say thank you for your service. It's really not. And for the ones who do get injured, like, they are extremely brave to be injured in the line of duty during their service and being able to get back up and resume their life despite their shortcomings, despite them losing either one or more of their limbs. Like, that's what I really don't get. Like like the ones like who don't get injured, then, or who haven't served in like 30-40 years, like the veterans from like World War II, the Vietnam War, the Korean War. They have to wait like days, weeks, months in advance to get the vaccine that will save their lives. And that's what honestly, guys, that's what honestly just pisses me off. that's what honestly makes me mad. That completely disagrees with that grocery store workers are considered to be essential. Someone who stacks Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops up on a shelf is not exactly considered essential. Yes, someone says, do you have your own bags? Or do you want me to bag them for you? Obviously, do you want me to bag your groceries is obviously a big hell no, because we're going through the global pandemic. Thank you, China. Thank you, China, for bringing this over. Sorry about the middle finger, but I know everyone was thinking it. But but yeah, like I'm like literally like half and half on like someone who basically like a modern day Steve Urkel who is giving you change for moisturizer, guacamole, some bananas, then Golden Grams is considered to be an essential worker. Then, and for the unfortunate schmuck who has to bag them as well, like they bag. Oh, don't forget the eggs go on top of the bag. I think everyone knows in history when you buy eggs, the eggs always go last in the bag, or if you put them first in the bag, you'll hear the very loud crunch, and then you'll see the weird yellow slimy liquid form at the bottom of the bag. So that's why I'm like insanely like a little like half and half on that. I'm like, why? I'm not saying like that should be like what's the word, like that should be completely rescinded, that they shouldn't be considered essential. Like, yes, they do provide you with food. If you didn't have grocery stores, everyone would go hungry. Although, if anyone was overweight, you would actually lose weight. And if anyone was overweight, that might actually give them the motivation if they weren't able to get their 6 gallons of ice cream to actually go on the treadmill and shred that off. So hopefully by summer they won't have to look like Bluto from the Popeye cartoons, or some small child on the beach will say when you arrive, they won't say, "Hey, mommy, Miss Godzilla." But yes, grocery store workers who do give you a hell of a lot. They do give you food. Yes, they're behind that like cheap plastic, hard plastic wall with the teeny little window for you to like give them your credit card, and like some of them don't even wear gloves, which I kind of don't like. Like I think if you're gonna wear the mask, then the face shield, whatever. I I don't really get the whole face shield thing. Like I've seen some people in grocery stores just wear the face shield, then not the attend not then not then not the mask face shield combo. Okay, what's the freaking point of wearing the face shield without wearing one of these over your face? If you're just wearing the face shield, um, um, some of this buggy little bastard over here, excuse my language, can just can just like a buzzy little bee, just can just can just just fly right under the mask, like just like Flight of the Bumblebees, just. And congratulations, you have COVID. So if anyone has a face shield, hope you enjoyed that. So if anyone has the face shield, for Christ, for crying out loud, oh, for Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, if you're gonna wear the face shield in public, Mary, Michael, and Paul, wear a face mask first. Put the face mask on. Then, if you remember in episode 1, how do you wear the mask? Let me give you a short freaking tutorial. Make sure your nose is covered. Then your chin. Like this. See? Not that hard. I don't know why everyone has such a big freaking issue of wearing a mask like this. Then yes, if you have glasses and they fog up, just take them off, wipe them on your shirt, then put them back on, for God's sakes. It's not rocket science. Mask on, put on your face shield, then bing bang boom, you are now doubly safe from this hellish virus. So if you ever see anyone in a grocery store or some other like big public setting just wearing the face shield, get away from the area. Get away from that individual as quick as freaking possible, because you don't know if they either have the virus or if they are the carrier of the virus, or the mysterious, then very humorous for me that is, or the third option. They're either too cheap to buy the masks, or they were such in a rush, they were too dumb enough no matter go, I'm only gonna be there for 5 minutes. Do I also need the mask with the face shield? Oh darn, I don't know. Okay. Okay. You go here. And I'm gonna bring uh, just the shield. No, madam, that's wrong. If you want to be doubly safe, either wear two masks or the mask face shield combo. There is no way on this planet that you will be safe from COVID-19 if you're just wearing a face mask that doesn't cover your whole head. You could be safe if you were wearing the complete hazmat suit or an astronaut's outfit, but I don't, I don't see NASA shelling out astronaut suits for us to be safe. So don't be an idiot. Wear it. Wear this with the face shield, or if you do see someone with, get away from them. But the main focus of this episode, we kind of got off into a big tangent because the whole like groceries store the ordeal, because that's still the really the big issue with these stupid face shields. Like, when the hell did those come into place? Who invented those things? My God in heaven. Geez, that's like that thing I saw in Full House. That that thing that Jesse uses on his shoves on his face to not get hairspray all over his face. My God. But the main focus of the group is that all veterans, disabled or not, get their vaccines. And by all armed forces, again, I mean the United States Army, the Marines, the Navy, and the Air Force, and so on and so forth. Thank you all for your service. And then I do want to give this huge shout out. If anyone does want to help, like they are not a part of this episode in any way, shape, or form, but I thought I would give them the little bit of an extra hand here. Um, if you have seen the commercials, a Criminal Minds actor, Joe Mantegna, does work with the organization Wounded Warrior. With the Wounded Warrior project, and well, the name obviously speaks for itself. It helps armed forces veterans who have gotten injured, like get the treatment that they need, get them back on their feet, then so on and so forth, for only they small amount of money. So if you do want to help help out with the Wounded Warrior Project, I will leave a link who their main website, so you guys can donate and help and help these wounded warriors get back on their feet, because they did what some of us were not able to do. Be brave enough to risk their life to serve their country in the hopes that it stay safe for the better. When I'm shaking my finger like this, I look like the bloody Uncle Sam Oster. Sorry, Joe. But if you do want to help the Wounded Warrior Project, again, I will leave the main link at the very top of the description for you to either join or donate to the Wounded Warrior Project, because it is a very, very great organization. I when I have the money in about a week, I may actually donate some money to them as well, because every veteran deserves to get, because every wounded warrior deserves to get better and get back on their feet. Soldier. But that is the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure your life is filled with happiness, joy, friends, family, love, and etc. And I will see all of you guys. And just remember one thing and one thing only, guys. And everything that you do, don't forget one thing, guys. Until the next episode, guys, never give up.